Hi, this is Mary Morrissey. Welcome back. This is our third in our four-part video series on living a life you love living through the science and the art of dream building. The art, of course, is the dreaming it up. The science is the living from that dream in a way in which we literally transform one state of our existence into a more liberated, a more free, a more fun, a more fulfilling experience of life. And you and I, as long as we keep breathing, we don't get a choice about whether we're living a life. But for sure, we get a choice about what life we're going to be living. And that is the art and the science of dream building. So we learn to pay attention to our desire and our discontent. We learn to set some sequential and realistic expectations. I'm going to generate an extra 50. I have no idea how. We decided to leave the how out of it, and just for a moment at a beginning of this real practice to get a very good solid dream, a very good solid blueprint of a possibility to just get the what. So we have realistic what. It's not $1 billion, it's an extra $50,000 a year. And then we'll turn up the volume on that. Then we have been exploring the energy of the dream, and we walked into the life of Goody Cable for a few moments and saw her explore a life that she would love living in a way that she could keep going forward even after 29 no's from banks. And frankly, for Goody, it wouldn't have mattered if there had been 50, because she was so in love with and so engaged with the energy of her dream that she was continuing to take steps forward. It requires that of us. It requires us to stay so energized and so engaged with our dream. Now, as you explore your dream and you write it down, literally, there's goal-achieving theory now through Edwin Locke, where we know that the person who writes their dream down, literally by the very act of writing it down, you have put your whole brain in harmony with that dream. There's the imaginative center and there's the literal center. We become whole brain activated in regard to our dream when we write it down, and particularly when we relate to it on a daily basis. So in this next step, the A of the dream, the desire and the discontent, the realistic goals. And now, as we recognize that simply by having a dream and beginning to explore the energy of the dream, the E, exploring the energy of the dream, 5 minutes a day, we're exploring the energy of the dream, we're being the person who's living that life, we literally have a reset of our brain. It's like changing the channel on your television. Because as soon and as long as I'm relating to my dream, this part of my brain called the reticular activating system, it's the part where I notice what I'm noticing. That noticer begins to notice everything like my dream. If you've ever said, you know, I think I might someday get a red sports car, notice how many red sports cars you start to see. If you ever say, I'm really hungry, and you're in a mall, you don't notice the computers, you notice what there is to eat, because you have set the brain to go hunting for everything like you told it you were interested in. And once you get very clear about a life you would love living, even in the absence of having any idea how to bring it about, the very system you're connected to, the very life that's breathing you, knows how to do things you would never on your own know how to do, but gave you the power to communicate and connect to your dream through your attention, through your interest, through your heightened desire, and through your focused attention. Your intention to bring it about and your attention on the dream, not on what's missing, not on what's wrong, but your attention on the dream. That then begins to presence for you opportunities. And there will be more opportunities than you can even imagine. The question is, how do I know what's really an opportunity and what actually is a distraction? How do I know what will really help me move forward towards my dream, and what will actually, in a way that might be unintended by me, but still create the effect of moving me away from my dream? How do I know that? Well, there's a very simple litmus test that you can apply to every opportunity that comes your way. So you have dreamed up a dream, you've started to relate to the dream, you've written the dream down, you're exploring the energy of the dream, and now you start to see opportunities because you have reset your brain, you've reset your intention. You literally, even though your life has not totally reflected it yet, or maybe reflected it at all, your life is already changing. Your life is already changing, and opportunities start to present themselves. So if your dream were something even as random as saying, I want to start an organic farm, that's what I want to do. okay, I want to do an organic farm. So you start reading magazines about organic farms. You start noticing the organic food, perhaps, that is everywhere. Once you start to pay attention to it, you find it lots and lots of places. And an invitation, kind of because you're interested in growing things, that maybe you've just grown some things in your backyard, or maybe you've just grown some things on your windowsill. And you've been exploring some things that are happening. There's some gardening gatherings that are happening. There's some organic lectures that are happening, and you go to one, and someone says, you know, what are you interested in? And you tell them what you're interested in. And they say to you, would you be willing to speak to our group some Friday night? And you go, oh, I'm going to be an organic farmer. You know, after I'm an organic farmer, then I'll speak to the group. Don't be so quick to turn down that opportunity. When you are presented with an opportunity to do or be anything that's in harmony with your dream, anything that's in harmony with your dream, ask yourself these questions. If I did this, would it bring me closer to my dream, or would it push me away from my dream? Would it take me further from my dream? Well, if I go ahead and share what I know about my dream, if I share why I love organics, why I love farming, why I've loved growing this seed into this plant and cutting up that basil and putting it in my Italian food, or whatever it is, once I begin to engage with some version of what I'm loving, notice other opportunities, higher version opportunities that start to appear that could not appear at the level of, well, when it's all together, then I'll do something about it. Opportunities are abounding. You and I are tripping on opportunities today. We just don't have the awareness to see them. But the moment you get clear on a dream, the moment you get decided for a dream, that you have written it down, you put yourself in a phase change of agreement, you're exploring the energy, you're going to have opportunities, you're attracting them. The A of the dream, you're attracting opportunities that become nothing if you don't act on them. So the strongest A in the dream is the action that you take in harmony with your dream. But how will you know the ones that take you closer or take you further away? You have to ask the question. Just when you go to the Google box in your computer, you ask a question, a really good question, those search engines go and they give you the best answer they've got, given the quality of the question you've asked. So, and you can trust both your logical intuition, you can trust your logical intelligence and trust your intuitive intelligence. That part of you that you just feel. It's like, if I spoke with this, that would certainly put me closer with people who are interested in organics, that's logic. And then you ask, and would it move me closer to my dream? It feels like it would. I have no idea knowing how it could, but it feels like it would. Then that's a good thing to take an action on. On the other hand, if an opportunity comes your way, you want to have an organic farm. And your boss says, guess what? I got an opportunity for you. It's a 6-month assignment. You're going to be on the road 6 days a week. You're going to make an extra 25% for this next 6 months, but you're going to be on the road, and you recognize that you're going to be working 16 hours a day on the road doing something. You'll have more money, more security, more paycheck, but not more dream. Would this move me closer to my dream or further from my dream? The answer is simple. So how important is my dream? And then you can measure that. But the important thing is that now you have a test for knowing which opportunity to act on. And if you act on an opportunity, it puts you in another whole plane of existence with your dream, where opportunities that are just waiting to make themselves known to you can't be seen until you take the action that you can take on the opportunity you do have. This will become clearer and clearer to you as you do take action on the opportunities that you have right now that are in harmony with the dream you have. So as we finish this video, and as just before I tell you about next video, I want to suggest to you, so you sit down and write at least 10 little steps you could take right now with what you do have from where you are that could move you even a micromillimeter closer to the dream you're dreaming. And next week is, I think, one of the most important parts of dream building. And that's, I'm going to show you who to surround yourself with, who to keep around you. There are lots of people who give you advice, lots of people who will try to dissuade you, even family members and people who love you who will try to protect you from living the dream you have. They want you to stay in that comfort zone, not because they don't love you, they want to protect you, but they don't understand the art and science of dream building. And if you look at their life, they're not living their dream. So what I want to suggest to you is that next week is going to be one of the very most important parts. Next video is going to be one of the most important videos in how it is that dream building becomes the life that you love living. Who to surround yourself with, how to stay in harmony with your dream, and how to allow yourself to be lifted rather than pulled down. So I wish you a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.